Hello everyone and welcome to your new moon reading. So after this mighty and fiery full moon in Sagittarius, which propelled us toward this powerful, deep, and soulful transformation, which transformation like this can sometimes be challenging, draining, or even painful. By the new moon, we've had 2 weeks of a cosmic exhale, and that is shifting our focus back inward for healing, recharging, learning, integrating, and reflecting, just like the moon demonstrates as she wanes her light in the night sky. For us, this can be going to bed early, taking a nap, resting, going for a meditative walk, going to the beach and relaxing, taking a self-care bath, whatever that means for you in your process of healing and integrating. One of the greatest things that my grandmom taught me was to listen to your body. If your body is tired, give it the space and time it needs to re-energize itself, to recharge itself. And that's what the moon does as she wanes in the night sky. She's no longer growing her light and shining her light bright in the sky. She's bringing her energy inward until her energy is all focused inward and she's not shining at all. And then from that place, she begins a new cycle. So since this past full moon arrived right before Father's Day, my partner and I had a ceremony of writing love letters of forgiveness to our biological fathers and our stepfathers. With the loving support and the blessing from the full moon in the sky and the transformational powers from fire, from our ceremonial fire. And this for us was clearing out unresolved traumas from our past self, allowing us to find healing and resolution, which gives us the freedom to emerge stronger, wiser, more compassionate, more loving, and more whole, with a greater vision, clarity, and perspective. And of course, this deep work is very emotional and requires a lot of time for resting and integrating. Kind of like letting a skin heal wound. A skin wound heal. You need to give time for that healing to occur and for that wound to close and integrate. So whatever that means for you, however your healing process is, I suggest listening to your body, and your body will guide you through that healing process. So after that deeply transformational full moon in Sagittarius, after 2 weeks of a cosmic exhale of healing and integrating, we have brought our focus inward for healing, recharging, and integrating. Now, the moon goddess begins a new dawn, a new cycle, and a new phase. This is a clean slate. It's black. It's filled with endless potential, like the rich soils with which we can sow our seeds for the future. This new moon arrives to us in Cancer on Tuesday, July 28th at 10:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now this new cosmic dawn begins with the moon in our home sign, the sign of Cancer. And this is raining divine feminine energy into our atmosphere, inviting us to get in tune with the divine goddess energies all around us. This energy exists in many forms. It can be gentle, it's nurturing, it's motherly, it's psychic, it's emotional, and it's healing. This is the time to tune into our heart space, allowing our heart to guide us forward into the future. This is initiating us into trusting our inner guidance, following the call of our heart, guiding us back to our divine purpose and our soul agreements. The message and the theme for this new moon is very clear. Listen to your heart and trust your inner guidance. This is a period of discerning the voice of ego and external forces and finding the voice of your inner knowing, your spirit guides, and strengthening your clair abilities, strengthening your connection with the divine that is threaded through every physical and energetic fiber of your being. This new moon in Cancer is guiding us back to finding our divine inner authority of the heart and soul. It is whispering to us every day and in every moment. We just need to be still and calm enough to hear it and to receive it. It is a time to truly familiarize ourselves with that texture and sensation of this divine inner guidance, because this is the way of the future and will guide us to remembering all of our sacred gifts, powers, and magical abilities. But we first must find that divine voice within and trust the messages that we are receiving. So what does this sound like? The voice of ego is often a voice in pain. It's victimized. It can be controlling or conforming. It's often needy, power hungry. It's authoritative. It's greedy. It's prideful. It's lustful. And not just lustful as in sexually or romantically, but lustful as in, I need this, I need that, I need a new car, I need new clothes, I need new shoes, I need. That lustful for everything around. It's often never satisfied, and it has this quality of being worried about fitting in and what others think. And this is often disguised, especially in this current social climate, of doing what's best for the greater good. That's kind of that texture of the voice of the ego. So if you're listening to some voices that are coming through into your mental body and it has that texture or quality to it, you can discern that as a voice from external forces or voices of the ego. Whereas the voice of your divine inner guidance feels inspirational. It feels creative. It's intuitive. It's empowering. It's also courageous and bold. It's unique. It speaks to you in a very unique way that only you understand. It's loving. It's nurturing. It's also a familiar voice. You've heard this voice before, and it's gentle. And this voice may sometimes sound irrational or too dreamy. It can sound too out there. But for us to really and truly experience our true magical gifts, we need to trust in our magical abilities and our divine magical forces of the world, remembering that anything is possible if we believe it to be so. There will be an inner knowing that accompanies this divine inner guidance. There's resonance like, yes, I know this. I can feel it in my bones, in my blood, and every fiber of my being. Especially when we strengthen our connection and trust this intuitive voice. Our heart is the director and will lead us through this new cosmic dawn. So, some astrological aspects of this new moon cycle are Mars conjuncts Eris and squares Pluto, which gives us this revolutionary drive for freedom and sovereignty for all. Also, the moon, the sun, and black moon Lilith are all conjunct and square with Jupiter, which illuminates and expands all of our personal shadow work that is yet to be attended to, that's yet to be resolved, healed, and integrated. So this is a great place for making your new moon wishes, making dedications to yourself and the divine cosmic forces of our universe to bring healing and resolution into your life. In the places where you find within your being that need it the most, remember to follow your heart, your inner guidance, and your intuition. This is what this new moon in Cancer is all about. Another astrological dynamic that influences this new moon in Cancer is the North Node, which represents our future, is conjunct with Uranus, which is opening us up into new spiritual paradigms. So how do we get to these new spiritual paradigms? Well, first, it's through a process of healing. And so for this new moon in Cancer, we are invited to connect with the intuitive, divine, feminine energies all around us, listening to our divine inner guidance, our inner authority, and bring healing and resolution to the aspects of ourselves that are in need of healing. Our heart will lead us through this journey of the soul, and the other end of this process, we will discover and uncover a more truer, more powerful, and more magical version of ourselves with greater wisdom, vision, and clarity to these new spiritual paradigms. So keep your frequency high. Focus on yourself and your personal healing journey. And continue to create beauty within yourself and within your life. So for the new moon oracle reading for this new moon is, can you see it? Its conclusions are within reach. This card is saying that you are receiving and experiencing exactly what you signed up for. I know this can be hard to hear for some of you. Like, I didn't ask for this experience. I didn't ask for this pain. I didn't ask for this trauma. I didn't ask to be here. Well, every decision you have made thus far in your life has led you to this very place and this very moment. You have free will to make decisions in your life. And you can use your free will to take you where you want to go in the future. Either way, everything you are experiencing and have experienced, you have asked for on a deep soul level as a way for learning and evolving as a soul. Once we truly understand this, then we can use our free will to experiencing everything that we want to experience in life. This will lead us into the future that we want to create for ourselves. And we begin to find our divine strength, our divine power and sovereignty in this process. No longer being a victim of circumstances, but rather a divine creator on our soul's journey. So I hope you guys enjoyed this new moon reading for this new moon in Cancer. It's all about getting in touch with your inner guidance, listening to that divine inner voice, and strengthening your connection with the divine. The divine is all around us, but we connect with it through within us. So our key to the divine is through ourselves and our soul's journey. And our soul's journey is led through the heart. So I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful new moon dawn, a new moon cycle that is approaching this Tuesday on the 28th. And stay tuned for my next videos on how to work with Cancer energy and the new moon rituals for this new moon in Cancer. Until next time, bye guys.